Greetings and Chatelet, everyone. I have never done 3 videos on one headphone before. I've done 2 because follow-ups are good with all the new questions and changes that come up, but I've never done a third. But in this case, I'm making an exception because this is a breakthrough headphone. This is the first wireless open back standard size headphone. And so the pertinent questions for this third video, somebody asks, why open back and wireless? Because they just don't see the point, because they associate wireless with walking around, moving around, being outdoors, doing noisy chores and other such things. And that kind of ties into the headphone being dual purpose. One is having something that is wireless for convenience for podcasts and other things when you are walking around and when it isn't extremely noisy, like being in traffic. And the other is being able to plug it into a good hi-fi and have really, really good sound. And about the super noisy places, when you get a headphone that has good isolation and you're in an extremely noisy place like traffic, you're going to lose a lot of detail because you're not going to get that great isolation. Then on the other end of that question, if you have noise canceling, automatic noise canceling, that raises problems of its own, additional noise, imperfect sound, and headphones that like the Studio 3 from Beats, it requires that electronics be on all the time, and you don't have a true passive mode, or the Bose where you do have a true passive mode, but passive mode sound isn't that good because the equalization that occurs in the electronics isn't running when you're in passive mode. So you get a lot of compromises on these other things. So here, yes, you have a compromise in terms of being open back and when you're in a place that's not quiet. But it's like anything else. You get a 50-50 trade-off there. You get better sound. And you can enjoy, if you sit in a quiet place, you can even go wireless and get really good sound that way. So another thing on there that came up, kind of relating to that, is some people commented and thought that maybe the sound of this thing is a little bit softer than some of the other Grados, like, I don't know, the SR325 or whatever. And I don't have that sitting next to me to compare. But it's possible that it might be a little softer sounding than some of the SR headphones. But then again, on the other hand, I do have a lot of around ear, high isolating, closed back headphones. And it doesn't sound, in the real extreme highs, it doesn't sound softer than those. And so I assume that the it's going to be somewhere in between. It's going to be better than a closed back, but maybe it wouldn't be as crispy as some of the SR series headphones, like the 325. Possible, don't know. It's pretty good though. The extension is great, and this does have real Grado drivers in it. Let's take a look at those, because I don't think I've taken the ear pads off before. They come off pretty easy. You can even lose these if you carry it around your neck with the ear pads facing out. So it's good to turn the thing around and face it towards you if you're carrying it around your neck. See if I can just set this up here and keep it in one place. Can we do that, please? Come on. Sit up here. The ear pads up here. Yes, those are real Grado drivers in there. And they're really, really good. So maybe, time goes on, people will try some different ear pads on here and see how that affects the sound. I got some Earzonic ear pads for my SR325E, and I thought what it did to the sound was horrible. Now, it might provide a good sound effect for somebody, but the fidelity of the sound just went way down. It's not good. Recesses, peaks, just terrible. So anyway, let's get to the next item here. And people do associate wireless with, outdoors and all that sort of thing, but it just doesn't have to be that way. I get a lot of use out of it in reasonably quiet places. Wireless, from, like I say, moving around a lot. And one other thing, big question that came up, several people have asked, and that is, they looked at this thing and they thought, maybe this isn't real Grado. Maybe it isn't made in the USA, and where does it come from? And the quality might not be all that great, and just things like that. And and of course, if they think that it's anything substandard compared to other Grados, then it's not going to be worth $250. I see it as worth very much more than that, but I think I've described all that in the previous videos. So anyway, we have full up Grado drivers here, and I don't see any reason why, given the type of parts we have here and whoever machines them, whether they do it here or offshore, that this is certainly put together by Grado people, and they've got the markings on here to tell about that and how the drivers are matched down really close. And so it's one thing about these stems, these gimbals, is that I suppose a lot of people wreck them, but you really want to make sure that you grab this thing like so, and or put your thumb down here underneath the this solid support here in this yoke when you pull it down, so that you're not stressing it opposite directions to where it wants to go. And you should never have a problem. It should last forever. Very, very well made, and I think a bargain at $250. So there you go. That's my third review. Thank you.